recently we have done that installation, right? Like where we could see the class and all that inbuilt wrapper class and others. After that only, I think I'm facing this issue.
No, that is not a problem here. Can you go to your file? Properties. Onto your left, just give a yeah, there. Type as Java. Not getting any. Go to run or debug settings. Okay, cancel this one. Go to the Java training package which you have created. Just a moment, Janaki. 1 minute. Can you go to here?
Which one I need to do? Hello?
Yeah, just a moment. Can you go to the build path, configure build path? Select JDK, that one. Select that one. And the first one, can you just remove? Go cancel, cancel. Cancel this pop-up. The first one, right?
You want to delete this?
Yeah,
right?
they
Shall I remove this?
Remove it. And now select JDK. Apply. Apply and close. Okay.
You want to restart or shall I try?
Just refresh the project once. Yeah, you can just give it a try. No issues. Now it's going in the JDK. No issues.
But still I'm getting
in the print abstract, do you have something in console, something, or just have a method? Can you just check that? I don't think you have a method there.
Yeah.
Print abstract. You don't have anything. Can you just make a sys out inside it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now try to run again.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the thing is, you are able to create an object for your child and then call it from the child. What if we create an object to your abstract class? So now your abstract class is abstract sample, right?
Yes. It is create not
so this is a type reference. So create a class for your abstract sample.
Creator, what is it? Can you
next line? Next line. Create an object for abstract sample. Equal to, now create new interface driver class. Give control space. And then a dot. What are the methods you're able to see here? Earlier you were able to see 4 methods.
But
this time you're able to see only 2 methods. And those are from which particular one? Abstract sample. Right? So only those 2 are you're able to check it out. Yeah, just make print abstract again. Now create an object for your interface driver. So interface sample. Yeah. Interface sample. create a reference. Now create an object for your child, new interface driver class. Okay, now try to check I dot, and you will be able to see the other two methods of your interface and not
interfaces,
the abstract, right?
Abstract.
So give print interface right now. Okay, so what is the thing you're able to understand here? So if you're creating a child object, you need to override your logic. Only then you can be able to use that logic. If you're doing a type reference either to your abstract class or to an interface, the relevant methods can be used in your child class by either using the super keyword or writing your own logic. Okay. Now, what is the major difference between these two is, right now, we don't have any common code in our interface or in the abstract class. So I want you to write a program. This would be your assignment. So what you have to do is create an abstract class called shape. Same way, create an interface called shape. Okay. And in your abstract
shape. Okay.
Okay. So have an abstract class called shape. And in that abstract class, have a method to draw and have a method to called as area, to calculate area.
Okay.
Okay. So the draw and the area has to be an abstract method. You don't have any logic in your abstract class. You have to write everything in your child class only.
Okay.
Okay, so draw and area are the two abstract methods in your abstract class of shape. And you have one more method called color, fill color. Okay. And that color is a concrete method.
Okay.
Okay, so for all the shapes, you're going to give a common color. So just make it the color as fill color.
Okay.
Now, you have to implement or extend that particular abstract class in your child, say rectangle or triangle, whatever child class. And then you have to make an object or create an object similar to your type reference. Like in line number 12, you have to create an object for your abstract class. And then you have to call all the three methods and then show me the output.
Okay.
Okay, this is for your abstract class. The
Abstract.
same thing, you're going to do it in your interface.
Okay.
The same method, area method, draw
method,
fill color method.
Fill color.
But in case of fill color, earlier it was a concrete method.
Concrete. Okay.
Right? But in case of interface, you don't have fill color method because there is no common code, right? So only when there is a common code, you need to go for abstract class. If there is no common code, you're going to override your logic in your child class, right? So to execute that difference, you're going to do this sample.
So now for interface class, I can have only draw and calculate area method alone, right? There will not be fill color, or I can have fill color with abstract format.
Fill color is only in abstract class. So when do we go for abstract class? If we have any common code, right?
Common thing.
So that is the reason I'm giving you fill color in the abstract class. Whereas in interface, I don't have fill color. I just want to calculate my area and draw that particular shape. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, both interface and abstract class does the same thing. Only difference is it in my abstract class, I'm giving one more logic called fill color and making it more abstract so that I'm going for abstract classes. If I don't have fill color, I would have gone for interface. So what I need you to do is to understand how is it working if I'm using the same logic in abstract, the same logic through interface. Apart from fill color, everything should remain same.
Okay, both should have child class where I'll be overriding with all these details.
Yeah, so right? Have an abstract class shape and then have your child class and then extend that particular abstract class, and in your driver class, create an object class in line number 12 and see how your methods are invoked. The same way, create an interface shape and you have the child class for the either triangle or rectangle, which implements that interface, and that interface will give you the methods. And in a similar way, in line number 15, try to create an object for your interface reference using type reference and then call those methods.
Okay.
Okay. So this can help you to understand how to invoke the abstract methods and the variables. You can try all possible combinations. You know the keywords, right? Final, static, public, protected, everything. Try to use one attribute, one variable to your methods or to your variables, and then import it. See which is working and which is not working. And tomorrow that would be your first level of assessment for everyone to understand that.
Okay, okay, Sneha.
Okay.
Sure.
So have your child
Yes.
class one as rectangle and the other one as triangle, and your parent class is abstract class shape. Okay.
Shape. Okay.
Okay. So now, so far, whatever differences we have covered. So in your abstract class, you can't complete your 100%. It is like a range 0 to 100. Whereas an interface, you can give 100% abstraction because you don't write any kind of concrete methods. The second thing, your abstract class will have both abstract methods and concrete methods. Whereas in interface, all the methods are by default abstract. And in your variables, coming to your variables, you can have static, non-static, final, non-final, any kind of access specifiers to your variables in case of abstract class. But in case of interface, it has to be only public, static, and final.
That is for only variable, and for method we can have anything, right? Like private, abstract, void, something we can have, right? Like in interface.
By default, in your interface, all methods are abstract. So if you give keyword abstract or without giving the keyword abstract, it will behave same way.
No, when we give private for the variable, it didn't allow because it is expecting only three things, right? Either it should be public, static, final, only these three things. For method, it is not that case, right? Like we can give
that
any.
That is what
any
I want you to try it. If you give private method to an interface, will you be able to?
What happens?
Will you be able to implement that method in your class? Check it out. Give a private method, give a protected method, give a public and default. Try all possibilities. Tell me which combination is working and which is not working by tomorrow.
Okay.
So it's basically, it can help you to assess more than what I say because you will be seeing in hands-on, right? To see which methods are getting invoked or not. That is your assessment. That is what I want you to do. Give it a try.
Okay.
And then your abstract class, if you're having a child class, you can extend your abstract class as well as implement your interface. And there is no restriction for you to know that you can have only one, either abstract or either interface. There is nothing like that. You can have both the things together.
Okay. So like single child, I can inherit both and try it there itself, like all the 4 methods.
Yeah, so it's basically like you can inherit one class and one interface. That is what you're doing. Okay. Now one more thing. Now go to your child class. Now before this child class in line number 3, can you add a keyword abstract? Before class keyword, add a keyword abstract. So just try this possible combination also. Right now, your abstract driver class is an abstract class and you're extending that into another abstract class. So check whether an abstract class can extend another abstract class or not. This is your assessment.
Okay. Yeah.
So far,
instead
your
of
child class was not having the keyword abstract. Right now, I want you to try whether a child class with abstract keyword can extend another abstract class, and are you able to access those variables and methods in the abstract class, or what type of object creation, because an abstract class is extending another abstract class. So will you be able to create an object here or not? That you have to check it out. Okay. So basically we are trying all the permutations and combinations to understand this concept better.
Okay.
Now, we also need to see one more concept, whether an interface can implement another interface. So right now you have an interface, right? Which is interface sample. Interface sample. Okay. Now create one more interface. Interface sample 2. Just have an interface sample 2.
Okay. You want to try implements or?
Implements, give your other interface name. So what is the error you get there?
Implements.
Extends, expected, and not implements. So you can't implement one more interface. So what is implement? Whenever we wanted to have more than one parent, and that is the reason we go for interface, right? So a class can extend or a class can implement multiple interfaces, but an interface cannot implement an interface. Okay? So if in the same case, if in the prefix, if you had a class interface sample 2, just rename that interface to class. In line number 3, rename that interface to class. So if you're having a class and if you're trying to implement this, you're just able to go ahead, right? So because you just didn't override, you are getting the error. But apart from that, you're able to progress on it. What if I'm having an interface keyword and trying to implement one more interface? It's syntactically not possible. Why?
Hello.
Because why we are going to interface to have more than one parent. And here you're trying to have two parents with another two parents, right? Kind of logic, which is not possible. So you can only extend your interface and not implement an interface to your child interface itself. Okay. Any questions here?
No.
Okay. So if you're good, then that should be the final way. So you just come up with that shape example, try to complete it. And tomorrow we'll see few another snippets on exception handling. And we'll recap once all the logics, whichever we have gone through so far. And we'll start progressing with our collections from Wednesday.
Okay, sure.
Okay, and you guys will be having an assessment on Friday or else on Saturday. And were you able to progress on the HackerRank and other programs?
No, Sneha, sorry, I was on like vacation holidays, so I couldn't try that.
Okay,
actually.
fine, no issues. But try to start doing those programs because when you have any kind of collections, right, you have to be very strong on your loops.
Okay.
So I want you to be strong on the loops as well as try to understand the concepts of data types and wrapper classes, everything in detail. Because once you start your collections, the sessions would be really fast because you know the basic concepts right now. So I don't want to wait a longer time to make you understand. So it will be like more of algorithms, and based on that, we'll be further like looking into the other functionalities of Java. So you'll be working more on collections rather than the topics which we covered so far. So make sure whatever questions you have, get it addressed by this week. So because once we get into collections and threads, we might not come back again to these concepts. We'll be working on top of these concepts. Okay. So have a look and then try a few other logical programs as well.
Sure.
So if you have no questions, we can wrap it up. So you're clear with the assignment, right? What I have mentioned.
Yeah. I'm clear about it.
Yeah, you can just post a message in the group with the text or whatever you understood, so that others can also work on that assessment.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.